Hello, Pisces. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Pisces is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Pisces, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Prince of Cups, this is a very authentic card. It shows that you are someone who kind of like wears your heart on your sleeve a little bit, you know? Like you have a sensitivity to the vibes of others. You know, you pick up on frequency, right? A lot. Probably an empath, okay? Very sensitive, but you kind of stand firm in your own truth, okay? And I feel like right now you kind of like, almost feels like you're an emotional live wire. Yeah. I feel that there's something that you're going through or have gone through that has led you kind of like, has led you a little bit like emotionally frayed. Yeah. There seems to be a real sensitivity now and almost like a reluctance to really get close to other people again. Okay, I feel like you're trying to kind of like in an ocean full of vibes, you know. I think you're trying to like really hang on to your own. Yeah. And so I feel like you're putting up walls a little bit. You're being a little bit like emotionally defensive. I think that's a good thing. Okay. Let's put this card into a little bit of context. Let's see what's going on here. We're going to use our Dove and Serpent spread. You have the 7 of Wands. We have the Hermit. Yeah, makes sense. We have the Fool. Uh-oh. 9 of Wands. Okay. And an Ace of Pentacles. Aha. Okay. Okay. We have a 2 of Swords. We have the Sun. Look at that. Beautiful. That's a blossoming. That's a growth. Okay. And we have the Lust card, and we have a 4 of Cups. I feel that there is a healing taking place in matters of the heart. I feel that there is probably a new connection that's going to be made very soon for you, and it may be a very soulful love. It's possible it's a reconciliation. I don't feel strongly about that kind of angle. I feel like this is going to be something new, okay? And I feel that your history or the thing that ended for you, that kind of left you like emotionally raw, that thing that ended is going to really prove to be like the soil from which your abundance and your joy can really grow, okay? And I'm referring to this Fool energy back here, okay? Creative expression is going to be very important for you, because it's going to amplify your ability to heal and to attract abundance, okay? So that creative expression is going to be part of the manifestation of your joy and of this new thing, I feel like it's a path, I feel like it's a person you're beginning a journey with, and I feel like it is a very soulful connection, okay? And what may right now feel like some very difficult emotions related to this situation, okay? And I really think the Fool is kind of like just, it is what it is. It's right on the nose today. I feel like the Fool is some situation in the past that you felt you were kind of naive about, that you kind of left this situation feeling like a fool, okay? Feeling like somebody played you or somebody manipulated you, or kind of leaving it thinking, how could I have been that foolish to do that, to believe that, to get involved with that? Something along those lines, Okay? The fool sometimes is literally just the fool. Okay? And whatever this situation was, I think that this really is going to be, this is going to be okay, because it's like it's led you to one of the greatest blessings of your life. Okay? So I feel like this is, I don't think it's a reconciliation. I feel that you're recognizing that if this didn't happen, okay, then you wouldn't have been able to continue forward in the direction that you did and find whatever this new soul connection is going to be. Okay, this new path. Okay, now there's a possibility that this doesn't have specifically to do with like romance, but it is something, it is a situation that I think you feel like you were kind of naive, or you were gullible, okay? Or that you kind of like, you believed in something when it was like way too good to be true, or something like that. You feel that there's something toward which you were a little bit foolish. And that's left you in this emotional state. But pushing forward and I think focusing on your creativity, but also allowing space for this new connection to form and blossom, I think is really gonna show you that that everything is right on track for you. Okay, so I think big changes are coming your way here. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. And we're just going to set it down right over here with Tiny Bob Ross right on top. Now, we're not going to look at that happy little card until the very end. It will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card might be, put your prediction in the comment section down beneath the video. Now, as we look around the room, we see 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana energies. Feeling like a fool, understandably isolating, being very leery of new connections, not really trusting people very much, not wanting to reach out, kind of saying no to more things. Okay, going a little hermit mode, but focusing on your creativity, focusing on your expression. Okay, creative expression, being yourself, letting your light shine. Okay, putting yourself out there into the environment. See, the Sun card is in this position of the spread. This is the position of relationships and your environment. You're being told to go forward with confidence. Let your light shine. Just because you kind of made a fool of yourself once, or you fell for something that you shouldn't have fallen for, you acted like a fool, right? Get out there and let your light shine. Get out there and express yourself. Be bold, be confident. Okay? Radiate your light, Pisces, because you have a lot of light to give. And then I think you will find something that is authentic, and you will allow yourself to safely enter into this new, to me it feels like a very soulful, passionate, kind of creative relationship. Now, this could be all about business. This could be a friendship. This could maybe be that, you fell for a business deal that kind of, that took advantage of you, turned out to be, to be kind of fake news. And that's okay. Everybody has moments of foolishness. Everybody sometimes gets their hopes up for something or gets involved in something that doesn't pan out. Okay? Whether this is a romance, a business, something at home, at work, at school, it doesn't really matter. The idea is that it's sort of like it allowed you to focus on yourself, and that's a good thing. So you sort of went hermit mode. You focused on your inner truth, processing your emotions, learning to protect yourself from kind of learning your lesson from whatever this was, right? But now the challenge for you is to get back out there and to not isolate yourself, and especially with the Four of Cups. Four of Cups is the storm shelter. You can't live in the storm shelter permanently. You're meant to go there for a time. I feel like that's where your authentic self is. The real you, Pisces, is in the storm shelter, healing, recovering. Okay? And part of this healing then is taking that next step back outside the storm shelter to see what the weather's like outside. Okay? Your past heartbreak, whatever this is becoming now the soil from which your deepest joy and your passion and this new thing, whether it's a relationship or a business deal, from when this new thing can grow. And that creative expression, that confident, radiant light is going to amplify your ability to heal, and it's going to attract this abundance in there. Whether this is, again, the relationship or the business deal or the partnership or the friendship or the financial, opportunity, whatever this is, you're attracting this into your life. Okay, so we have our 1, 2, 3, 4 majors. We have a little bit of fire. We've got our water cards. We've got our air energy, and we've got a little bit of earth. Okay, so the 7 of Wands now is kind of like it's an internal blockage. It's kind of like saying, it's when you fall off the horse. This is kind of like you're reluctant to get back on the horse. That's what it is. We're sort of not trusting our ability to express ourselves or to shine our light. This is kind of like, I don't want to shine my light anymore. I shine my light, I look like a fool, and that's it, I'm going dark, right? The hermit is the dark one, the one that shrouds themselves, covers up their light, dims their shine. And so the challenge for you right now is to just keep shining your light. Even though you went through something that other people might be embarrassed by, they might feel some kind of a shame or a regret or just like, gosh, I'm an idiot. That's okay. It doesn't mean you have to hide yourself away. Maybe it means you retreat, you withdraw, you go into the storm shelter for a minute, collect yourself, and then you kind of like, you put on your boots and you get back out there. Okay, but that's the challenge right now, I think, is to believe in yourself again. To feel as if there's a different outcome possible for you. Because it's kind of like fool me once, shame on me. Or wait, no, what is it? Fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice. And so this is saying, okay, I'm not going to be fooled twice. Okay, so then this becomes something that, it becomes a complex. It becomes our ability to see anything past the same outcome happening again. Because obviously you're banging your head against a wall. Nothing's changing, you're not going to keep doing it. That's not a definition that we want to apply to ourselves, right? That we keep doing the same thing, expecting a different result. This is you saying there is no different result, so I'm going to stop doing it. That's the same thing to do. But I think the error there, the faulty premise, is that there's no other outcome possible. And so maybe this is saying really that like you keep having these relationships, you keep like falling in love, but then you keep getting hurt. And you keep leaving it feeling like the fool and thinking, gosh, why did I do that again? So now you're saying, okay, well, you know what? Common sense would tell me that if every time I fall in love, I end up getting hurt and looking like a fool, simple solution, just don't fall in love. Just don't let it happen. Don't take risks. Don't get involved in relationships. Don't date. Don't socialize. Don't do anything, right? Just go hermit mode. It's the only logical answer. Yeah. But I think I think that you're sort of realizing that that's not, it may seem like common sense and logic, but it's really not. Okay. So I think you're overcoming that blockage, and I think you're putting yourself back out there, and you're open. You're kind of like you've recovered from that, whatever it is, mistake, maybe from that embarrassment. I don't want to harp too much on the fool here. We'll just leave that fool back there. And then you'll realize that go in hermit mode, into the storm shelter to heal and recover and sort of like lick your wounds, wipe the egg off your face is good. And then it's time to reemerge. Okay. And it's time to believe that there is a different outcome out there for you. Because obviously, if you're expecting the same outcome, then you're going to say, I'm not going to do it because I know how it's going to turn out. But the idea is here that you don't. Okay? I think there is a new connection being made here with this Ace of Pentacles that is going to be either a creative collaboration, it's going to give you an opportunity to shine your light and express yourself creatively, or it's going to be a passionate, romantic situation that you are ready for and that you've been wanting it all along, but in this position, reluctant to ever try to have it because of what you've experienced in the past. So we're using the past then to basically predict the future, but it doesn't work that way. Now, I want you to hit the like button if this is resonating with you. Let me know in the comments. Okay? I think it's time that we emerge from the hermit mode. I think you've hidden yourself away. You've dimmed your light a little bit. Okay? It feels like you have withdrawn from the public eye or from that world or that scene. Okay? It makes sense. I think this is a very natural response. The thing that sets you apart from other people is that where other people would stay hermit mode for the rest of their lives, you have the confidence, you are summoning your strength, and you're saying, I'm getting back out there. I'm going to go do it anyway. Who cares if I was the fool once or twice or 100 times? I'm going to keep going. We're not giving up. This is that card of strength. This is that confidence. Okay? This is what you need now to to try again, to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, put your boots on, and take that step. This is you trying again. Whether it's at work, at home, at school, romantic relationships, or like a career opportunity or something like this. You're taking that step again because you're confident. Because this is something that you want for your life, and you're not going to take the dirt nap, right? The Seven of Wands is not the end of the road. Definitely not. So you have this strength that not a lot of other people have. And it's your ability to get up off the mat and try again. Okay, I feel like you got knocked down. Okay, and with the Fool back here, I feel like you kind of blame yourself, or you at least say, gosh, how could I have been that naive or ignorant or whatever, right? But enough of that. Yeah, you you did something, maybe you should have known better. Who cares? Whatever. Do it again. Take another step. Get up and try again. And I think that's how you roll. You get up, you try again. And I think this is the time where something very magical is going to happen. Once you're ready to get up and try again, take that first step again, this is going to be different than the last time. Okay? Now, big shout out to everybody that is pulling cards along with me at home. I see you out there. I appreciate you. Let me know if you're getting some of the same energies that I'm getting. Okay? And a lot of love to everybody that's been doing the Buy Me a Coffee lately. I've got a steady supply of it. I'm very appreciative of that. And I literally do buy coffee with that support. So I appreciate those donations. Thank you. Claim this reading, okay? Give me some idea in the comments what this is for you, if it's personal or professional, okay? Subscribe to the channel. Your general energy is the Two of Swords, making the decision. And this is an interesting card because it talks about we're making a logical decision. This is kind of a common sense card, right? And it's kind of saying that you've done the math, and the math that says that if you're banging your head against the wall and the wall isn't crumbling down in front of you and revealing the passageway, stop banging your head against it. It's common sense that says if you keep doing the same thing and getting the same result, stop doing it. Okay, this is kind of like a big X that's kind of saying stop, no more. But I think that this is not a matter of common sense. There is no real math to be done, you know. How do you avoid getting hurt? Well, you don't take a risk. How do you avoid experiencing loss or pain or heartbreak or sorrow? Well, don't fall in love. How do you avoid disappointment? Don't ever wish for anything. How do you avoid failure? Well, you don't try. Don't try to do anything and you won't fail at it, duh, right? Common sense, you know. But I think that this card is kind of showing that's not how we make decisions. We think about it, we look at all angles, we do the math. You know, we show our work, long division, we solve for X, we do the equations. But then we stop thinking. And we kind of listen to our heart. What does your heart tell you? What does your authentic self tell you? That you still want this and you believe it's out there for you. And so if it means you have to fall down 1,000 times, fine. Until you don't. You know, you're going to like get your heart broken 1,000 times until you don't. You have to trust in yourself. You have to trust in your intuition. Trust in that divine energy that's within you that knows that it's out there for you. If this is your kind of soulful love, if this is the career opportunity or the record deal or the big job or the promotion, whatever this is out there, you got to take that step again. Even if it makes you feel crazy. I can't believe here I am again, lacing up my shoes, about to go back out there again. After what happened last time, can't believe I'm doing this again. That's the kind of mindset that really is going to succeed. Okay? Even if it takes you a week, a month, a year to sort of be in your hermit mode, storm shelter, you know, kind of just vibing with yourself for a while, that's okay. At some point, you have to take that step again. Now, in the environment, you have your Sun card. This is the card of joy, happiness, success, wealth, and health. Okay? This is the card of creative expression. That is the card of you knowing why you're here. You know who you are, and you know why you're here. So get out there and be that person. And you say, well, yeah, but I did that, and I ended up, you know, embarrassed or heartbroken or hurt or, you know, whatever it is. And Spirit's saying, yeah, but this is who you are and why you're here. You have no other duty in life but to shine your light. Okay. This is going to be success. This is going to be, I think, the most like pure joy that you've ever experienced. And it's in the position of your relationships. If this is a romance or if this is a career thing, and I'm still kind of on the fence about which one it is, kind of feels like both. Whatever this is going to be glorious. It's going to be like beyond your wildest dreams. It's going to be beyond belief. Okay? How bright this is. How joyous this is. And you'll never find this if you kind of keep yourself like emotionally hidden away. And I don't think you're literally the hermit. I feel like you've been keeping yourself emotionally distant from people, not letting yourself really connect. This could be the relationship of your dreams here. Okay. And I think by putting yourself out there, shining your light, you're expressing yourself creatively, expressing yourself in a pure and authentic way. You're going to attract these kinds of opportunities and these kinds of people that will resonate with you. Okay? If you put yourself out there with confidence in a very authentic way, you will attract the perfect partner for yourself. But only by doing that. Or you will attract the perfect business deal or job promotion or whatever it is. But you've got to get out there and you got to take the risk again. The fool has to be willing to look like a fool again. Okay. Now, the lust card or the strength card, it's courage, it's bravery, it's discipline and self-control. But I think for you in this position, it's kind of a, it's kind of a fear of really letting yourself go, you know, like letting yourself fully immerse yourself in that feeling. Because back there, your Prince of Cups and the Fool are saying, well, wait a minute now. I don't want to let myself get too overly enthusiastic and then somebody yanks the rug out from under me. You know? So to me, it kind of feels like you want to feel this kind of passion, this kind of like unbridled enthusiasm, where you just completely let yourself go. You give yourself over to that feeling. But you don't want to be taken advantage of. You don't want to fall in love and completely trust it and completely go with that energy. For then to find out that, you know, somebody wasn't sincere, or they had ulterior motives or an agenda, or you were wrong, and then the rug comes yanking out from under you. So it takes courage to be vulnerable again. It takes courage to love something or to immerse yourself in that kind of feeling fully. Fully, right? Knowing that, it could be wrong. Okay. And I feel that this is more about love and relationships than about business. I think in business you can be very disciplined, and maybe this too, this is kind of like, you know, you invested your energy into a business opportunity that felt too good to be true. And yeah, you were right. It wasn't true. Okay. But you know that you're capable of investing yourself completely in whatever it is, you know, in something else. And I believe this is that courage and that strength that you need in order to do that. It takes a lot of guts, you know. The Four of Cups that we see is that storm shelter. That's the kind of the icy heart a little bit. It's the fortified emotions. We're closed off a little bit in the storm shelter emotionally. And it makes sense, but it to me, it's Spirit's trying to tell you, like, look at all of this, look at this abundance that could be yours. If you have the courage to get out of the storm shelter and get back out there into the, I mean, this is like a boat, like a sailboat that you were so happy to be sailing and you were just like, oh, you were just loving being on the water, and then you get a really bad storm. And then you get out of the storm, you anchor the boat somewhere safe, and you just think, I'm done with sailing. That's crazy. I don't want to ever sail again. And you're just sitting there with that very expensive sailboat. I imagine they're not cheap. And you're not doing the thing that you're supposed to be doing. You're a sailboat. Why aren't you sailing? You know, you're a writer. You're supposed to write. You're a singer. You're supposed to sing. You're an artist. You're supposed to art. Okay? And so it takes courage then to say, hey, you know what? Last time was a hell of a storm. This time, might be a storm too, but I got to do it. I got to take the chance. I got to see what's out there for me. It takes a lot of courage. Type yes in the comments if you're ready to step into this alignment with your authentic self and take another chance. I think this time is going to be different. Okay? Let's look at the mystery card. Probably the Lovers, probably the Two of Cups, Six of Cups, Nine of Cups. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's see what we have. Oh, it's the Nine of Cups. Yeah, happiness. All the happiness. This is the time where it's going to work. This is going to make you happy, but you're not going to get this if you stay in the storm shelter in hermit mode. You're not going to get this. Okay, this is a confirmation of this Sun card. If you put yourself out there, you are attracting abundance. This is not just abundance and joy. This is super joy. This is super abundance. Okay? This is abundance on the physical, financial, mental, emotional, and spiritual creative planes. This is absolute ultimate fulfillment. This is everything that you wanted it to be. This is everything you've been looking for. And you will find it, but you have to take the first step. You have to put yourself out there. Let people see you. Let people get close. Are you the kind of person that, like, once things start to get a little personal, you cut people off, you ghost them, or you find a reason to kind of like ice them out, you know? You're protecting yourself. And that's good. We need to do that. Okay? But you have to have the courage to say, okay, if I really want to be happy, I gotta stop pushing people away all the time. And I've got to let myself get close to people again. Knowing that, yeah, I could find a storm out there, but the only way to get where you're going is to get back on the water and sail. Yeah. Because this is out there for you. This is waiting for you to kind of make the first move now. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, we'll do an I Ching hexagram. We'll do some oracle cards. There's a link in the corner. There is a link in the video description. New readings for Pisces on Tuesdays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we are all in this together.